Hey guys, what is up? Hope you're having a great day. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my top 5 weapons that I personally loved using in this most recent update. I was actually putting this video off until they released the cordite, and that is definitely on this list, but there are some other weapons that I think are going to surprise you, so make sure to watch the whole thing. Of course, you don't need to agree with this. This is just my personal preference. These guns really fit my playstyle, and I love to use them. So if you would like to, of course, leave your list of the top 5 weapons that you enjoy using in ranked in the comments below, and I'll check that out after the video. So without further ado, you guys know how I like to make my videos really short and straight to the point, so that's what we're going to be doing today. If you haven't already, remember to click the like button, especially if you enjoy these types of videos, and subscribe here if you're new. We're on the road to 100k right now. We're getting pretty close. Also, big shout out to COD Mobile for sponsoring this video. If you guys would like to, there's actually a link to the website in the description below. You can actually look at some of the new upcoming updates and just a bunch of other cool stuff. So let's get right into it. Number 5 on this list here actually could be either number 1 or number 5. I'm not a sniper, so that's why I'm putting the DLQ33 here last on the list. But of course, if you do specialize in sniping, then maybe you could have it up at number 1. Now, the reason I put it over all the other snipers is mainly because it's the most consistent sniper in the game. The Outlaw does have a really fast ADS speed, but it just gets way too many hit markers. The Locust also gets too many hit markers at times. It feels like you hit the chest, but you're still gonna get a hit marker, and the ADS time between the DLQ33 and the Locust is not that big of a difference, so I think I would rather just prefer consistency over everything else. Now, the meta might change very drastically in this next upcoming update. They're actually releasing a perk that allows you to put on a primary as your secondary. So for example, you can have a sniper as your primary weapon, and then as your secondary you can have any kind of SMG or assault rifle that you want, maybe even a shotgun. So that means you're going to be deadly at close quarters and long range, so the meta might completely change with that, and I'll have to update this list when that drops. So for my 4th most used weapon in this update, it's actually going to be the AK-117, which is going to sound really weird because nobody really talks about it. I haven't seen many videos on it recently, but it's still a really solid assault rifle. It has a really good fire rate, pretty decent ammo capacity. Also, its ADS speed is not that bad, and it's just super accurate. I think it's just an overall really solid weapon. The focus has really been on the BK recently, but I don't know, I just stopped using it. I really just honestly like the AK-117, maybe just because I've been using it for the past couple updates and it hasn't really changed that much. So if you're really looking for an assault rifle that's pretty easy to use and probably won't change every update like pretty much every gun in the game, then I would definitely recommend checking out and trying to get good with the AK-117. It has really good hip fire, so it's pretty decent at close range, and it's really good at medium and long range. Now, moving on to the next weapon on this list, it's actually my most used assault rifle, and it's kind of weird, but I think a lot of people are kind of catching on to it now. It's actually the LK24. It's a really solid weapon. It has a good kill time. I remember back in season 1 and 2, I actually liked using this weapon, but it just wasn't considered that good. But after, I believe they buffed it in the past 2 updates, it's turned into a really solid assault rifle. Now, I do realize a lot of people are going to cry and say, where is the KN44? Where is the BK57? I'm telling you guys, give the LK24 a chance, and it will definitely change your mind. It has almost little to no recoil, pretty good ADS speed, solid ammo capacity, just everything about it. There's no really nothing that you could say is super negative about the weapon, except maybe if it had a little bit faster fire rate, it would be really good. But overall, I don't really see any huge flaws in it. So moving on to number 2 on this list, we actually have the RUS. I love this weapon. I've been in love with it for the past couple seasons. It's just like a mini assault rifle. It has an extremely fast ADS time, really good ammo capacity, super solid fire rate, and you can move really fast when you're using it. And you can also challenge medium and long range gunfights. So that's why I think right now we are in the SMG meta, because these 2 SMGs that I'm about to talk about, the RUS and the cordite, of course, is number 1. They can honestly challenge most assault rifles at range and actually win. So this is definitely an SMG dominated meta. Now, of course, these 2 guns are kind of neck and neck. I would say that the cordite barely comes out on top, and that's just because of its damage. The cordite's more like an assault rifle with a little bit of a slower ADS time. So these 2 weapons are super close, and if you haven't already, of course you probably have, but if you haven't, try out the RUS, it's extremely good. So moving on to the number 1 weapon on this list, it's actually the cordite, and this thing is insane, dude. It has such a good fire rate. Its damage is really good. You can challenge medium and long range gunfights. Your movement speed is out of this world when you're using this weapon. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it just feels like you're zooming around the map. Another highly underrated aspect of this gun is its hip fire. The hip fire is so accurate. It's probably the most accurate hip fire in the game right now, and since it's an SMG, most of your gunfights are going to be close range, so you can just hip fire them. So definitely, of course, try out the cordite. It's super good. And that is my list of the top 5 weapons that I have in my loadouts right now that I've been using in this update. So again, if you haven't already, we're on the road to 100k, bots league to 100k. So remember to subscribe, click the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.